Okay, seriously, Suzanne here. What do you think about birthdays? Birthdays with 5 kids, all within 6 years, 6.5 years of each other. I'm not really a party person. Maybe you're a party person, and I love you party people. Y'all are awesome. You like do great weddings and baby showers and stuff like that. Whenever I do a baby shower or a wedding, or well, I don't do weddings, but if I do like a bridal shower or something like that, if I've done one of those for you, I love you so much because, oh my goodness, they are not my thing. They're not my jam. I like deep relationships. I don't like surface conversations. So birthday parties, it's just like a recipe for cranky kids who get spoiled a lot, lots of sugar, and I don't know. It's just not been my thing. So what we did was after each child got their first birthday, um, we stopped. So Mitch got some birthday parties. In fact, his fifth birthday was 4 days before. 4 days? I don't know. 3 days? I don't know. Anyhow, his little brother was born right close to his birthday. It's 2 days. It's only 2 days apart. Yeah. Sorry, Mitch. I know you're 20 now and your birthday it's not as important anymore, right? After you turn 20, I mean, we still do the stuff, but it's just not been a huge celebration. My mentor taught me, she said, I'm not going to throw you a big celebration whenever you like stay alive another year. Learn your multiplication tables. I'll throw you a party. And I just loved that. That really resonated with me. I was like, yeah, that's how I feel. I am all about celebrating accomplishments, but I have a real hard time handing things to kids who may or may not deserve it. Whenever they deserve things, I give them extra. Whenever they're doing things right, they just enjoy life. It's just like, it's not this expectation. I was really against creating sort of an entitled attitude. And I'm not sure how I came about that so early, but it was something that I just really felt deeply, that I didn't want some children to receive when they didn't earn it, if their behavior didn't register with that sort of reward. Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean we wipe the slate clean and say, oh, your character is terrible, your traits are terrible, your lack of integrity. Well, it's okay, we're going to give you lots of presents. I don't like that. So we didn't do that. So what we did do was an unbirthday. Every year we celebrated the fact that these children are alive. They are wonderful. We love the family. We love that you're a unit. We love that you're siblings and you get together and you enjoy one another. So we invited everybody. We still do it. We invite everybody we know. Nobody brings any presents because it's an unbirthday, right? It's your unbirthday too. It's my unbirthday today. Happy unbirthday, very merry unbirthday to you and to me. And so we did the very merry unbirthday idea. No presents. Everybody just brought food. And we would spend between $250 and $300 on this thing. We did the water slide and the blow up bouncy thing, or s'mores or hot dog roast, or we did 2 cakes, 1 cake for the girls and 1 cake for the boys. We have 2 girls and 3 boys. And so we did cookie cakes. They loved that. Everybody brought food, and it was kind of an all-day thing. So our very close friends would show up early and help us set up and stay all the way through and help us clean up. And then a lot of times they spent the night, especially after we moved to the farm, we'd have a camp out afterwards. So like the closest, dearest people kind of got this extra after party and before party. And then it was just crazy crowded, lots of loud music. We did tug of wars. Anyhow, I hope this gives you lots of ideas of ways, especially if you have multiple children, to celebrate family instead of celebrating one child at a time. I know why. Now I'm thinking about, why did I have this issue? My birthday is in June. And when you're a public school kid, you don't see your friends. At least back in the day, you didn't see your friends. You saw your neighbors, but they weren't necessarily your friends, and they weren't really in your grade. So if we didn't have Facebook or email or anything like that. So June birthday, I maybe had 1 kid come regularly. My sister, both of them, 2 sisters and 3 brothers. My older sister, her birthday was in the mid-September. So school starts. She's basically the first birthday of the school year. So she got the cupcakes brought to the classroom. Everybody brought presents to the classroom, and then she'd have a party that weekend. And she would usually have about 12 kids show up, somewhere between 5 and 12. So she got 5 to 12 gifts every year. And we had Chuck E. Cheese and backyard and swimming parties and all kinds of stuff. It was great. It was so fun. I loved being a part of that. But then fast forward April, my little sister's birthday. Hey, It's right after spring break. She got the cupcakes at the game, all the same stuff. So might be a little bitter here. Anyhow, my birthday's in June. I would usually have one kid, every once in a while, two. And so not only did I only have a couple of friends show up, so the celebration was smaller. Praise the Lord, I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters, so it wasn't empty, but people didn't come because they're on vacation, or it's hard to get a hold of them. You have to send out the mail and they didn't get it, or whatever it is, or people couldn't find your house because we live way far away from everything. So definitely no cupcakes ever at class time. You didn't get to wear the hat in the middle of the year, stuff like that. And it wasn't my fault, and it wasn't fair, and I couldn't change it. And I don't know, maybe I need to go to counseling. The point is, it's hard to breed unity and compassion and inclusivity when, through no fault of one child's, they get a gigantic party and another child gets very small parties on a regular basis. My parents love me. I was like on a pedestal too much, right? They probably propped me up way too much. I mean, seriously, Suzanne, that's why it's named this. But I didn't want to do that to my kids. I didn't want one kid to be propped up for no reason and another kid not to be propped up for no reason. So we have July birthday that just happened. And we don't have parties, not ever. This is what the birthday kid gets. On your birthday, you get to choose the food, whatever food we're having today. It's all yours. There's no school on your birthday, as long as it's not a CHC, like a community homeschool center. It's where we go to classes. If it's not a CHC or a co-op day, I did not cancel co-op for the kid's birthday, but we didn't do schoolwork if we could possibly not do it. And you choose the food, and then you get to choose the event, and you get one gift. If you would like to request that gift, then we'll let you request it. That doesn't mean you're going to absolutely get it. It's not an order form, it's a gift. Or you could say, I don't know what I want, mom or dad. And so then the siblings would give you gifts, but really simple, very special. And when we lived in town, we would take that child out for a birthday dinner between daddy and me. It would just be birthday dinner. And so that one kid got a meal just with both parents, which ended up being their favorite part. So because we didn't spend a lot of money on birthdays and decorations and, what's the theme and all that stuff for each child, we were able to spend that money on something they don't usually get, which is an evening out, a dinner out. With 5 kids, single income, we just couldn't do, we just didn't regularly do dinners out, all of us together. I look forward to that as they're adults. I'm thinking we will do that more often. But I really like having dinners at home. So hopefully those are some ideas for you about birthdays. You don't have to buy in to giant birthday parties. You can do it however you want. You don't have to have an unbirthday for everybody. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. If you see it as a detriment to your children's character or experience or even future memories or understanding, you're in charge. And so that's one way that we kind of got off the bandwagon of propping children up for expectation of lots of gifts. And a lot of times the gifts would be something that was not beneficial to them, right? Like plastic toys, things that the families or the people that would come before we went to the unbirthdays, they didn't know us very well because they're neighbors or they're just kind of acquaintances that we've met a few times. So fostering those deep relationships in small ways all throughout the years, all throughout the weeks, was our focus. And the giant party, it doesn't really foster a deep relationship, but it was fun. And the kids got to have a party and nobody got left out. And there was no comparison because nobody got gifts. So hopefully that will help you to kind of rethink, what do you do on your birthdays? And you're allowed to create whatever kind of culture, whatever kind of meaningful atmosphere you want on birthdays. I do think that the children should know that they were celebrated when they were born. We were very excited that you were here. And sometimes it's just talking about them at dinner. That's the special thing. We have a special dinner plate that we always make their cake, or sometimes they want to make their own cake now. And we focus on that child by going around and talking about them. What were we thinking when they were born? And we might pull out the baby books. So it's a special day that's set apart, but that doesn't mean there has to be lots of sugar and lots of hoopla. It is often more meaningful when there's not. So I hope that helps you to enjoy your birthdays, yourself, as well as those around you. Seriously, Suzanne.